Chosen one, if you leave this moment, you will walk away from something that will not circle back. You were stopped here on purpose, not for entertainment, not to pass time, but because while this message was being prepared, something was revealed that forced silence before it allowed words, and that silence is still hanging over you now. You were aligned with someone, and not just anyone, someone younger than you, someone whose soul vibrates on a frequency that locks into yours in a way that defies explanation, someone already being shaped in ways they do not yet understand, to step beside you in a chapter that is about to open. But the part you were never told is what changes everything. This is not a future promise. This is not something that might happen one day if you wait or try harder. The alignment already happened. The decision was already made. God confirmed it, and your spirit reacted before your mind could argue. You felt it, that sudden recognition, that pull you couldn't explain, and you may have tried to label it as imagination, coincidence, or something you shouldn't be feeling. But something stirred inside you anyway. A knowing that didn't come from logic. A moment that didn't fit the rules you were taught about who you are supposed to be with. That wasn't confusion. That was confirmation reaching you before explanation could catch up. And if you are still listening, it's because part of you already knows this connection breaks every pattern you were told to follow, and in a moment I'm going to show you when it was sealed, why their age was not an accident, and the signs that prove this was set in motion long before you ever realized. But one of those signs has already appeared in your life, even if you don't know how to name it yet. A lie has quietly kept countless chosen ones from what was already set aside for them. The lie says love must follow rules, that connection must fit social frames, that destiny can be filtered through age, background, status, and appearance. But what is truly aligned is never born from a checklist. It is recognized by the spirit before it is explained by the mind. The world built a formula, and anything that doesn't fit it is labeled suspicious or wrong. Yet God never asked society how to write your story. In 1 Samuel 16-7, we are reminded of what heaven sees. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. That truth is not poetic, it is how divine alignment is chosen. When heaven marked who would walk beside you in this season, it did not measure years or compare timelines. It searched hearts. It found one shaped by fire and tenderness to mirror yours, one carrying what you lack and longing for what you hold. Souls do not read calendars, they recognize resonance. And yes, that resonance lives in someone younger than you. This has unsettled you, because you were trained to doubt what doesn't fit the pattern. Like David standing overlooked while others were chosen by appearance, you have been taught to mistrust what God quietly selects. But when did you begin letting the comfort of the crowd outweigh the peace in your spirit? When did voices that never walked your path become louder than the one who called you? To resist this is not wisdom, it is fear wearing holy language. The same God who set stars in their places did not misplace your alignment. What feels disruptive is actually precise, and the reason this soul was born on a different timeline is about to reveal a design far deeper than anything the world could have approved. There are sacred reasons. Age differences appear in divine alignments, reasons hidden beneath what the eye judges too quickly. You needed time to become who you are. Your path stretched longer not because you were late, but because you were being refined for something that required weight, patience, and depth. Like Joseph, who carried dreams long before he carried authority, you had to pass through seasons that shaped your spirit before your destiny could meet you. The battles you endured, the losses that carved you, the strength born under pressure, all of it took time. If you had been ready sooner, you would have drawn someone who matched that earlier version of you. But heaven was not aiming for who you were. It was preparing you for who you would become. The one meant for you could only recognize the version of you that has just now emerged. Divine timing is not counted in years, but in readiness. Along the way, some of what made you radiant was buried beneath survival, not destroyed, buried. A lightness, a hope, a quiet wonder that responsibility pressed into the ground. This soul carries those things still, not because they are untested, but because their journey protected what yours had to hide. Like Ruth carrying loyalty through unfamiliar fields, they bring back what your spirit once held. They are not here to teach you, they are here to awaken what never left. and you carry what their heart has been crying out for. They have prayed for someone whose presence feels like shelter, not uncertainty. Someone who knows what is real because they have walked through fire. Others could not offer that, but you were shaped for it. You are the answer to prayers they whispered before they knew your face, just as they are the echo of prayers you were too weary to speak. This union is not random, it is an assignment. What is forming ahead requires your depth and their vitality, your endurance and their fresh sight. Like Elijah and Elisha walking different seasons of the same calling, this partnership blends what neither of you could carry alone. Heaven did not choose duplication, it chose divine contrast. And the design that fulfills the mission is also the design that fulfills the longings you were afraid to admit. Before continuing, pause for a moment. If this message has touched your heart, take a breath and allow yourself to be fully present right here. First, please take a moment to like this video so this message can reach those who truly need guidance today. Second, you are invited to subscribe not just to a channel, but to a growing flow of messages meant for you. As we're moving toward 10,000 subscribers, your connection helps ensure these words continue reaching the right hearts at the right time. Third, take a moment to write 999 or 777 inches, the comments as your personal declaration, and share your city and where you are listening from. Let this be a quiet but meaningful sign between you and the Lord. Lord, I am the one you came to find. I embrace the transformation you are leading me into. And if this message has blessed you, and you feel led and able, you may send a super thanks as a way of saying deepest thanks, helping these words reach others who are searching for hope, direction, and truth. Amen. Now come with me to the moment this alignment was sealed, not by human clocks, but in the realm where the paths of the chosen are weighed. Your journey has been watched in silence. Every choice made under pressure, every time you chose truth when compromise felt easier, every moment you released grace when bitterness had every excuse. None of it was unseen. This watching was not distant. It was discerning. Heaven measures how a soul carries what it has been given, because that reveals what it can be trusted to receive. And recently, something in you crossed a sacred line, not through one grand act, but through a steady rhythm of integrity, a life that remained true even when the ground beneath it was not. Like Daniel, who remained faithful when no one was watching, your essence spoke louder than your circumstances. When that threshold was reached, your standing shifted. You were marked for partnership readiness, a state where love would no longer undo you, but expand you. Few reach this place. Many linger in cycles of preparation, repeating the same lessons, choosing what is easy over what is true. But you did not. You endured, and endurance unlocked what had been waiting. Once that readiness was confirmed, a divine matching began, not by chance, but by resonance. Heaven did not ask who was nearby. It searched for who had been shaped to fit. And there was a soul whose journey had been unfolding in quiet, parallel to yours, being refined through different fires, yet forming the same kind of heart. Like Isaac and Rebekah, drawn together by unseen hands, your stories were written to converge. Their age was not an oversight, it was a design. Their life began when it had to, so they would carry exactly what your spirit requires now. Born earlier, they would have been formed by other winds. Born later, they would not yet be ready. Every season of their becoming was timed to meet the season of your becoming. When both preparations reached completion, though separated by years, heaven affirmed the alignment, not as an exception, but as intention. This was not a compromise, it was precision. And the signs of this union have already been moving through your life, even before you had language for what was being awakened. The first sign is a peace that makes no logical sense. There is a soul you have met or are about to meet who bypasses your usual walls. You are not someone who opens easily. Your past taught you to be careful. Yet with this presence, a quiet safety forms without effort, like a harbor you didn't build but somehow recognize. This is not desperation or lowered standards, it is your spirit knowing before your mind does. Divine alignment carries calm where fear should live. The second sign is being seen. Most people only know the version of you that survives, the one who performs, the one who carries weight. But this one notices what you thought was hidden, the tenderness beneath strength, the depth behind your silence. like Hagar, who was named by God as the one who truly sees. This recognition feels holy, not flattering. When a soul is tuned to yours, it perceives what others pass by. The third sign is the speed of closeness. What normally takes seasons happens in moments. You find yourself sharing truths you once guarded, opening rooms you never invite others into. It unsettles you because it breaks every rule you learned, yet soul recognition does not crawl. It remembers. And what feels too fast is simply two spirits arriving at something they have known all along. The fourth sign is that nothing seems able to pull you apart. Barriers rise and fall away. Circumstances press in and somehow lose their force. What would fracture ordinary connections barely touches this one. Like the walls that fell when Israel stepped forward, resistance meets a strength it cannot undo. This is not coincidence. It is heaven shielding what it has set in place. The fifth sign is the change in you. Not effort, but transformation. Old habits loosen their grip. Heavy cycles weaken. Hope lifts. Faith steadies. You are not trying to be better, you simply are. Divine alignments do not just stir emotion. They bear fruit. And the growth awakening inside you is already testifying that something eternal has been activated. If this connection is drawing you deeper into who you were created to be, that alone is a signal that it is not a distraction from your purpose, but a doorway into it. Yet beneath every question you carry, there is a quieter force at work, fear, and until it is brought into the light, it will keep whispering doubt into what heaven has already prepared. You fear the eyes of others. You sense their judgment before they speak, their assumptions before they know your heart. They may question you, talk about you, misunderstand you, and that part is real. But their vision is shaped by limits. They measure sacred movements with ordinary tools. They try to explain divine choreography with human logic, not because they are cruel, but because they have never walked where you are being led. Jesus named this tension when he said, "Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs." Matthew 7-6. Some journeys are too holy for public interpretation. Some alignments are not meant to be debated. What heaven confirms does not require the permission of those who cannot perceive it. You also fear being mistaken, that this might be desire disguised as destiny, that you might be hearing what you want instead of what is true. That caution is not weakness, it is awareness. Yet divine alignment carries peace, even when examined. Like Gideon, who laid his fleece and still found God steady, you are allowed to question without collapsing the truth. What remains calm under honest light is not deception, and then there is the oldest fear, being wounded again. You have opened before, you have trusted before, you have watched something you believed in slip through your hands. Now you are being asked to step forward once more, and the age difference makes the risk feel louder. That fear is not imagined, it remembers. But your past pain was born in connections that were not meant to last. They shaped you, but they were never assigned to stay. This is not about perfection, it is about alignment. Heaven does not set something in motion and then walk away from it. When God confirms a union, He surrounds it with what it needs to endure. You will still bring patience, honesty, and grace, but this time, you will not be carrying the weight alone. Your former wounds came from what was out of place. This is in place, and that difference changes the way the future is held. Now hear what this alignment means for what is already moving toward you. If this soul is part of your life, clarity will rise. What felt tangled will begin to loosen, not because every challenge fades, but because heaven will open paths you never had to force. Doors will move, delays will fall away. Moments of connection will feel arranged, not random signs that something ancient is stepping into form. If they have not yet appeared, let your spirit prepare, not by searching, but by becoming. Keep healing, keep deepening, keep walking in the character that made you ready for this meeting. Like Rebecca drawing water before she knew who was watching, your quiet faithfulness is already shaping the encounter. The alignment is set, the timing is being tuned. Your only work is to be ready. When this unfolds, joy will return in a way you thought you had outgrown. A laughter that rises from somewhere untouched by disappointment. A lightness you laid down while surviving will be lifted back into your hands. You will feel young again, not by erasing years, but by restoring wonder. Even the weight you still carry will feel different when it is shared. They will not see you as dated or diminished, but as timeless. They will recognize the depth of your soul as something rare, and they will feel honored to be chosen by it. Together you will create more than affection. You will build a living story, a legacy that stretches beyond both of you. What flows through this union will ripple far wider than either of you could have reached alone. This is why heaven aligned you, not only for the healing of your hearts, but for the work your joined purpose will release into the world. Even now, heaven is writing what you are about to become. Your alignment has been marked as a restoration partnership. This name carries weight. Restoration means this union will mend what was fractured in you, in them, and in the lives that watch what unfolds through you. What was dimmed by past seasons will be relit. Trust will return where it once withdrew. Love will find new breath where it had grown weary, and others will recognize healing by simply witnessing what this bond releases. Your story will become living evidence that what was broken can rise again. Like Job, who was restored beyond what he lost, your joy will speak to hearts you may never meet. Hope will quietly be revived in those who thought it had vanished forever. Partnership means equality. This is not a rescue and not a hierarchy. Neither of you was created to fix the other. You are two whole spirits whose wholeness, when joined, creates something greater than either could carry alone. This is the way heaven names your connection, not as dependence, but as divine multiplication. Because restoration partnerships shape more than two lives, they receive uncommon care. Heaven surrounds them with attention, not only to bless them, but to position them. What is forming here was never meant to stay small. This moment did not drift into your life. You were drawn here because your spirit reached for truth before your mind had words for it. Every ache you carried, every collapse that nearly broke you, every season that stripped you down was not evidence of weakness. It was proof that something powerful was being forged inside you. Fire does not visit what has no destiny. Pressure does not fall on what has no purpose. What you survived is the signature of what you are becoming. The pull you felt towards someone you did not expect. The peace that arrived without permission. The quiet knowing that something in your relational world was shifting, none of it was imagined. It was the echo of alignment moving through unseen places. You were drawn towards someone younger because heaven required that frequency for what is coming next. Their path was timed for you. Your path was carved for them. Divine timing does not ask calendars for approval. God did not confirm this because you deserved comfort. He confirmed it because this union carries weight beyond romance. Like Esther rising at a moment appointed before she was born, you were placed in this convergence to release impact that will reach farther than your own life. You are not foolish for feeling this. You are not out of order for recognizing it. You are responding to a call that reached your spirit before it reached your logic. So let go of the voices that cannot see what is being built in the dark. Walk toward the peace that keeps returning even when fear tries to speak. You are not wandering, you are being led. You are not late, you are being positioned. You are not here to be soothed, but to be awakened, activated, and set into motion by something larger than your past. And as this chapter opens, what you thought was an ending reveals itself as a threshold, a living doorway now standing before you, waiting for the one who dares to step through without yet knowing how far it goes. Lord of divine alignment, I come before you not with certainty, but with surrender. You see what my eyes cannot, and you know the path my heart has been walking even when I doubted it. If this connection you have placed before me is from your hand, I ask you now to quiet every fear that tries to rise against it. Remove every voice that does not come from your truth. Heal the places in me that still remember pain, and let your peace become louder than my past. If you have woven this soul into my destiny, let your spirit confirm it with clarity, protection, and holy timing. I release control, I release shame, and I release the need to understand everything before I move. Lead me where you have prepared me to go, and let what you have joined bring restoration, not destruction. I trust you with what I am becoming. Amen. Chosen one, if this message spoke to you, if it lifted you, if it awakened something deep within you, your response matters more than you realize. Take a moment to go to the comments and write 999 or 777, and also share your city and where you're listening from. Let this be a quiet declaration of alignment and agreement with what is unfolding in your life right now. If you haven't yet, subscribe and stay connected, not just to a channel, but to a growing community of faith. As we're moving toward 10,000 subscribers, your presence helps ensure this message continues reaching hearts that are ready in this moment. And to those who feel led to partner in this mission through your comments, or by using the Super Thanks feature, thank you. No contribution is insignificant. Even the smallest act of support can carry hope to someone who needs it. Your support helps this message travel far beyond what any of us could do alone. Thank you for choosing to stand in this moment. Your purity is protected. Your spirit is rising. Your destiny is unfolding, and you are not alone. What if the peace you feel toward this person isn't a mistake, but the very confirmation you've been praying for all along? Amen.